Do you ever wonder, will a dye sublimation ink on my finished project reactivate if it gets hot enough? Let's test and find out with the perfect project to handle the heat. Hello everybody, Jennifer Maker here. It's a beautiful day to test the heat fastness of sublimation ink with some fun oven mitt designs. I really like sublimation because it creates permanent designs, even on items that you'll use and wash, like oven mitts. Special heat-activated ink bonds with the surface's polymers, ensuring it won't easily wash away. This process usually happens between 350 and 450 degrees Fahrenheit for most sublimation-compatible items. Washing and drying won't get it that hot, but what about when you're reaching in the oven for a hot dish using an oven mitt that you sublimated? Could the ink reactivate? So, to test this out, I took one of my sublimated mitts and covered it with butcher paper to catch any ink that might reactivate. Then I filled up a baking dish with water and heated it in the oven for 20 minutes at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I've placed the piping hot dish on top of the oven mitt, and now it just needs to rest until it's completely cool. Then we can check later to see what happened. While we wait for this to cool, let's make our own oven mitts with sublimation. You'll need a sublimation-compatible oven mitt, a sublimation printer with appropriate ink, some cardboard to make an optional handy insert, and a flat heat press. Everything you need is linked over at jennifermaker.com/721. That's also where you'll get these cute design files for this project, as well as written instructions with helpful photos and tips. First, download my free designs at jennifermaker.com/721. You can either download right from that link by saving the project, or download from my entire free design collection. To find it, look for Libraries in the red bar at the top, and then click either Get a Password if you don't yet have one, or click Enter the library. Search the page for design number 721 and click the link to download the designs. And if you're not sure how to do this, visit jennifermaker.com/svgs to learn how to download and unzip files. In the PNG folder, you'll find vintage-style cooking-themed designs with fun phrases that have a little bit of attitude. I made these designs with the help of AI art generation and adjusted them in image editing software. The designs are, you want a piece of this? I have a knife. I am the special ingredient. And I am not a hot mess. I'm a spicy disaster. The versions with RT in the file name are for right-handed mitts, while the ones with LFT are for left-handed mitts. You'll also find a printable oven mitt insert template. The PDF folder contains an alternate version of the insert that you can print and cut by hand, while the SVG and DXF folders contain versions that you can use on cutting machines. Now, fabric wrinkles can interfere with transfers, but adding a stable insert into the mitt helps smooth them out from the inside. It needs to fit snugly, so make sure your blank's measurements match mine. Measure the mitt's width at the base. If you use a tape measure, keep it taut. Then, the widest part. Measure the height from the base to the point where the thumb and hand meet, plus the mitt's total height. Next, open Google Docs in the Google Chrome web browser on your computer at jennifermaker.com/Google Docs, or the Google Docs app on your mobile device. If you use the app, you'll have limited access to features, including printer profiles, so I recommend doing this from a laptop or PC. You'll need a free Google account to use the software, so make sure you're signed up and logged in. To make the inserts template, click Blank Document at the top. Then go to the File menu and select Page Setup. Make sure the bubble next to Portrait is selected. The paper size should match your normal printer paper, probably 8.5 inches by 11 inches or letter size. Change your margins to 0 to use more of the page. Then click OK to apply the settings. Next, click the area that says Untitled Document at the top and name your file. Now go to the Insert menu, select Image and Upload from Computer. Select the Oven Mitts Insert PNG file and click Open to load the template. Click the template, then Image Options at the top of the page. Select Size and Rotation, and keep the Lock Aspect Ratio box checked to maintain the design's proportions. The insert needs to be an exact size to fit the mitt, so change the width field to 6.59 inches. The height field will automatically adjust proportionately. If your blank's portions aren't quite the same as mine, I recommend resizing it to fit the largest measurement, then trimming it after you print. With the template selected, click the Wrap text icon on the menu below it to unanchor its position on the page. Then drag it to the center of your page to keep its edges from getting cut off during printing. Go to the File menu and choose Print. Select your inkjet printer under Destination, and click the arrow beside More Settings, and then click Print Using System dialog. Now your print menu may look different than mine. Just make sure your printer is selected and that your paper size and orientation match your copy paper. Load the copy paper correctly into your printer and then click Print. Use scissors to cut the template. Then trace the template on a sheet of sturdy, uncreased cardboard and cut it out. Your insert fits in the right-handed and left-handed mitts. Use Google Docs to print your sublimation design too, with a few differences. Match the paper size to your sublimation paper. I'm using 8.5 by 14 inches or legal size paper. Upload the sublimation design that you want to use. I'll use this special ingredient PNG with RT in the title to decorate a right-handed mitt. Whether you use the blank in my list or a different one, the design needs to be at least 1/4 inch larger than the blank on all sides for full coverage. So change the width to at least 8 inches. The small white border will help with taping. Select your sublimation printer under Destination, and in the Print Using System dialog window, make sure your sublimation printer, paper size, and orientation are correct. Flip horizontally or mirror the print if you haven't already, and select the highest quality matte paper setting. Then load your sublimation paper into your printer, following the package's instructions, and click Print. Allow the print to dry before handling it, as the ink can smear. The ink will look lighter than the image on your screen, but this is completely normal. Don't be discouraged by this. It will be brighter after pressing. So let's set that aside while we work on the oven mitt and insert. Even high-quality blanks like the one on my list have stubborn creasing that can interfere with ink transfer, especially around the thumb area. So I grabbed a pressing pad for my mitt, set my Easy Press Mini to high, and got my secret weapons: some heat-safe gloves, tape, and a lint-free towel. Now, a small household iron can also work if you're careful with it, but I recommend using the Mini for safety and maneuverability. Roll the cloth and place it against the joint where the thumb meets the hand on the non-sublimation side of the oven mitt. Stretch the mitt around the cloth to flatten the creases as much as you can, and use heat-resistant tape to hold it in place. Very carefully, use the mini press to flatten the area's creases, about 10 to 15 seconds per press. Now the press is hot, so put it back on the base while you adjust sections. Once the section looks smoother, unwrap the mitt and lay it sublimation side up. Set aside the cloth and remove your gloves. For the best transfer, you want as much of the white sublimation side face up and flat as possible, or you might still have white areas after sublimation. Press out any wrinkles at the bottom and adjust the edges so the white side doesn't hang over the seam. Press to crease the edges as needed. Now let's use the insert to help flatten the mitt. The mitt's top is wider than its opening, so slightly bend the larger half of the insert lengthwise. Do not fold at the thumb joint or the cardboard won't lie flat, and you'll end up with unsublimated spots or wrinkles in your final press. Slide in the insert, unfolding it as you go. Push the insert firmly against the seam, pulling the fabric as flat as possible. Now take 3 pieces of heat-resistant tape, about 3 inches long, and evenly attach them to the inner lining of the mitt's sublimation side at the opening, between the fabric and the insert. Leave half of each piece sticking out, sticky sides facing up. Do not place the tape against the sublimation side, or the ink will not transfer to those areas. Stretch the mat flat against the insert. Then tuck each piece of tape down the other side of the insert so the sticky side faces down. Press the mitt's other side against the sticky tape to secure it in place. This will keep the entire mitt under tension so it molds to the insert and smooths the edges. Use the mini press to flatten the entire blank, removing any remaining creases. Allow the mitt to cool and remember to turn off your press. As with all sublimation projects, open a window and turn on a fan to improve your ventilation before beginning. Now I'm going to use settings that I've found work best for this type of project, but if you're not sure where to start, check out my sublimation cookbook to get time and temperature settings for so many sublimation projects, way more than you'll probably ever make. You can get the Sublimation Cookbook over at jennifermaker.com/sublimation cookbook. Now set the temperature of your Easy Press to 385 degrees Fahrenheit or 196 degrees Celsius, and the timer to 15 seconds for preheating. You might not need to preheat your blank since the mini press has already done a great job of removing wrinkles and moisture, but preheating will make sure your mitt is ready to go. So use a lint roller to remove any dust or debris your oven mitt might have picked up, and then place the mitt sublimation side up on your pressing pad. Cover it with white uncoated butcher paper and press it for 15 seconds, or press in slightly overlapping sections for 15 seconds each with a smaller press. Carefully remove the butcher paper and let the mitt cool. Place your print face up. Then place the mitt blank side down on the print so it covers the area you want to transfer. Make sure the words are oriented correctly and fully covered, and leave a border of ink around the oven mitt to ensure full coverage. Use heat-resistant tape to secure the mitt sides to the print. Don't let tape get under the mitt or ink won't transfer in those areas. Place a sheet of clean white cardstock onto your pressing pad to protect it from any ink that may escape during sublimation. Flip your oven mitt so the print is on top and place it on the cardstock. Then use a piece of fresh white uncoated butcher paper to completely cover the project. Check that your Easy Press is still at 385 degrees Fahrenheit or 196 degrees Celsius and set the timer for 45 seconds. If your press is larger than the blank, cover the entire mitt and heat it with heavy pressure for 45 seconds. Keep even pressure on the press for best results. If your press is smaller than your blank, press one end with heavy pressure for 45 seconds. While it's pressing, use a non-sublimation ink pen or marker to note the seam on the paper. Lift the press straight up and move it to the cool area so you barely overlap the marked seam. Heavily press for 45 seconds. Lift the press straight up to avoid ghosting or blurring. Let the mitt cool slightly and then remove the protective paper. Once it's completely cool, remove the tape and print. Your decorated mitt is ready to cook. Mine has a little loop at the top to show off the design. It's fun and easy to design full color sublimation prints that match your unique style. Would you like to learn how? I can show you how in my advanced program at jennifermaker.com/advance. My step-by-step workshop inside Advanced teaches you how to use Canva's free features and tools, and it's perfect for both beginners and veteran crafters. I'll show you how to combine photographic design elements with specially formatted text boxes to create professional-looking images perfect for your next sublimation project. The advanced program is all about taking your crafting skills to the next level. You'll learn how to create unique, one-of-a-kind designs with step-by-step workshops and fully customizable templates. And as an advanced member, you'll also enjoy exclusive early access to my huge library of designs, projects, and resources in an easy-to-use, ad-free learning environment, all designed to inspire and empower your creativity. And the best part? You'll join an awesome community of nearly 15,000 passionate crafters just like you. Enjoy fun monthly challenges to keep you motivated and engaged, and become part of a circle that will celebrate your successes with you. Whether you're perfecting your skills or discovering new techniques, this program is designed to help you shine. Enrollment may or may not be open when you see this, so don't wait. Visit jennifermaker.com/advance to learn more and see how you can join today. We can make amazing things together. All right, now that we've made our awesome sublimated oven mitts, it's time to find out how well they hold up to additional heat from my tests. Our dish is cooled off, so let's remove it. Now we can flip the butcher paper and check for marks. And I don't see anything. Amazing. There is not a single mark on the butcher paper, and the oven mitt is still bright and beautiful. So, these sublimated oven mitts are heat safe up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and this sublimation ink will not reactivate, transfer, or fade. You can use your mitts for more than just decoration if you want to. I know I will. They're too cute not to use. Now, it may still be possible for some of the ink to reactivate at higher temperatures, so be careful when handling items at extreme temperatures. Likewise, if you're using an oven mitt blank with a different fabric composition than the one I used, Your results may vary, so feel free to conduct your own safety tests and then let us know what worked and didn't work for you. And don't forget, if you're interested in creating a custom oven mitt design, check out my advanced program to learn the skills and techniques to do that. There are so many resources in the member library just waiting for you to explore. And I also have a Facebook group just for sublimation, which is a great way to see all of the fun you can have with it and all of the amazing things you can make. Come join us at jennifermaker.com/sublimation group. I'd love to have you ask questions, share your ideas, and get inspired. And share your cute oven mitts too. And that's it for today. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.